Hey, we're back. It's that time once more, boys and girls and parents and teachers who tell them what to do. Someone's got to do it.
I have been known to be a teacher myself, young man. I am.
Oh, what was that was always on your report card? Restless and inattentive.
Restless and inattentive.
That's it.
Yeah, buddy. I said, well, my mama vouched for that. I said, I should get an A in that. And I did.
What's our word today?
Our word for today is Yankee Dime, ladies and gentlemen. This Yankee Dime is two words, if you want to write them down. Yankee, Y-A-N-K-E-E, and Dime, D-I-M-E. Now, this is what it means for you northern folks who don't know how to speak southern. That's why I'm here today. It means a kiss. You didn't know that, did you,
I didn't
Jack?
know that, no.
So, how about a Yankee Dime there, sugar? Yeah.
A Yankee Dime.
A Yankee Dime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've learned something new.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll
Ever
take
since
a
the Me Too
Yankee
movement, I'm looking some new material.
anytime.
So there we
yeah,
go.
buddy, I'm telling you what, that's how you do it,
I'm
son.
just cruising for a Yankee Dime.
So that was our big word for today. I hope you'll use it and abuse it yourself one day.
Is he spot on, Ralph Jarrells, or what?
That's it. I love it.
You can use that maybe in one of your stories next time you write another book.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yankee Dime.
Yeah.
Yankee Dime.
If you missed our previous broadcast, and it seems like it was so long ago, doesn't it? Ralph Jarrells is a guy that has been in just about every aspect of advertising and marketing and television, and the ad agency game was crazy. You're up there in Detroit working with the Ford Motor Company. That had to be a thrill. It would be for me.
Absolutely interesting, and it didn't take me long to find out that it was so complicated that I didn't need to be there.
Okay.
You want to
It
come
was
back
good
to
to be
Columbia.
there, but it was good to be gone. I told the guy who interviewed me, we went through the interview. At the end of it, he said, well, is there anything else? And I said, well, you know something, that J. Walter Thompson is the example that I have always used of the ad agency I never wanted to work for. It's really almost a closer in an interview.
Yeah.
But he then spent 20 minutes, and he said, why? And I said, because you've got a reputation of taking people, putting them in a pigeonhole, and they can't get out. That's all they do. And I said, I'm much more broad in my interest levels, that I wouldn't want to be in a job like that. He spent 20 minutes convincing me that I was wrong. And it didn't take long to find out I was right. So anyway, but we worked very closely with the people at Ford and with Champion and with Anco.
Okay.
All of which we had in the Detroit office. So
All the big racing sponsors.
Yeah, racing sponsors.
kidding.
And, just basic American brands.
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you this: would you consider yourself a writer or an author? You know, a lot of people, there's a difference.
You know something, if somebody buys my book, they could call me anything
Anything
they
they want,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I like it. You're good. I
Actually,
like that.
the standard is that if you write, you're a writer. If your book gets published, you're an author.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I got
So,
you. Okay.
I don't know. I really
Oh, your books are selling, so you're an author.
sure.
Okay. There you go. We
Not
sell
nearly
that.
enough, by the way, but selling.
Well, where are your books available? Since people are tuning in.
For most people, they're available on Amazon.com, on BarnesandNobles.com. They're available in many Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million stores.
Okay.
And then there's about 15 or 20 other digital or online bookstores that they're available through.
Okay.
But all three are available on Amazon. So.
Well, let's skim through them again here. First of all, let's talk about this. The fiery red hair, emerald green eyes, and a vicious Irish temper.
Right.
Quite a long title, but
Story about Anne Bonny,
Right.
who was the first female pirate. She lived in Charleston and met John Bonny where the last name came from. She
Famous pirate.
Yeah, she was from Ireland. Then, once she got married at age 15, she and Bonnie went to Nassau, at that time called the Republic of Pirates. That's where most of the pirates came out of. And the book predominantly takes her life from about 1720 through about 1722, when she was captured. And she was taken to Jamaica, was in prison in Jamaica, put on trial in Jamaica, sentenced to hang. And the classic story is that she pled her belly because she was pregnant, and they couldn't hang a pregnant woman.
Wow.
So her father then bought her out of prison,
Okay.
and she went back to Charleston.
Now, was this British law that she was being tried under?
Yes, because it would have been, Jamaica would have been British at that time.
Okay.
So that's the story. I actually have just gotten back from Kinsale, Ireland, where she was born,
Okay.
and managed to find a marker that is the birthplace. So it was sort of a fun thing to do,
Sure,
and
yeah.
very, very edifying as far as the book's concerned.
Okay, now quickly on this other one here.
This one.
Yeah, that one. That's it. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, the ill-gotten gain. Quick synopsis.
Ill-gotten gain is the story of the 30 pieces of silver Judas was given, and how they got from Israel, 33 A.D., approximately, to Charleston, current time. An antique dealer finds them in a cache of valuable things in his home, which is also his antique store, hidden in a room that he didn't know existed. The story picks up places in history where things happened that were similar to the death of Judas: hanging, drowning, choking on food. And
So there's a curse.
they were suitably cursed. And that's the mystery and the intrigue that sort of drives you through the book.
Oh, that's great. And then, of course,
And
talk
it's-
about Detroit.
And it's one thing to say about it. It really it's religious fiction, just like Anne Bonny is historic fiction, which means there's a basis in fact, and then I put the story around it.
You plug the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I say with Anne Bonny, the history provides the skeleton, and I provided the flesh.
Okay.
Sounds like good flesh. And then the Essential Automobile, which is says the ultimate automotive reader for the avid automotive enthusiast, which is
That's a good book for you. You say you don't read a lot.
that's right.
I
Yeah,
perused
it's
through
good.
that one.
It's thin.
It was
pictures.
It was written so that you could read during one sitting.
Yeah.
Not the whole book, but most people read in the
little
toilet
quick.
anyway. So during one sitting, you
I
can
don't.
read a part of the book.
Which is odd. I don't. What? There's reading material in there for someone who does, but I don't.
Oh, are you talking about in the restroom?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a toilet.
That's what I say. It's a
Yeah.
Now,
It's
there's a
quick
whole
stuff.
series of books written once upon a time called
Right.
Uncle John's Bathroom Readers.
Oh yeah,
which was
yeah,
a nice
those are
collection
cool.
of
Because
whimsical
everything's
stories.
written really encapsulated, so it's
Yeah.
easy to go through something
Short
real quick.
attention
Okay, I'm
span
done.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
Or you can read until here, and then you don't, because it's not connected to the next. So,
Well, this
anyway,
this
that
thing-
book's written in that style.
that's pretty smart. That's real smart. As a matter of fact, this is the only book I've seen like this that's like this. You know, quick trivia about automobiles and stuff with some comedy in it, a little bit of.
Well, you got some good stuff in here that
Yeah.
you were sharing with me, and I just saw the photo a while ago. But 21st century philosophers, the license plate writers.
Right.
I've seen some clever ones through my time. You've got some good ones in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you've jumped on a few things. No, a lot of people. Well, I didn't know a lot of this stuff in here. I mean, nobody ever sits and,
Well,
I've
like I
got
say,
to read this. I
and-
mean, because you've got the roadside attractions and highway advertising, and I just see Sea Rock City.
Absolutely.
It's just,
The best ones are the Burma shave.
sure.
which
Oh, yeah.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I mean that was a style of advertising because America traveled by car, and that was the basis for roadside attractions to begin with. Here's people take advantage of them.
Yeah.
like Route 66.
You ever been to Rock City?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have. You? So have I.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I had to
worked.
see Rock City.
A bunch of barns with it
Yeah.
on the side of
Yeah.
it. How could you
You
miss it?
couldn't miss it. Yeah.
Exactly.
It was great.
Yeah.
Used
Good.
to have one where I grew up. Neat how you negotiated that. I guess the farmer needed his barn painted.
Sure.
Free paint job and free advertising.
Couldn't go wrong.
And what was the tobacco red something, or the tobacco they used to put on the side of the barns? Something.
I grew up in North Carolina, so we had bright leaf. That's what ours was called.
Bright leaf.
Yeah,
This
bright
was
leaf tobacco.
something else.
No
I can't.
cabbage.
That's it. That's it.
He would know. He's the expert.
Yeah.
But between us three, I mean,
Yeah.
is that really saying anything, Ralph?
Yeah,
That's
really.
it.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
seeing you, friend.
Thanks,
As
sir.
always,
It's great to be here.
Best of
Yeah,
luck
very
to you with
interesting.
your
No
endeavors.
kidding. Yeah,
It's good
great.
stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look for him. Do a little search there in your favorite search engine. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Author or writer, it comes up both ways.
Excuse me while I go to the office and check out my automotive book.
We'll be right back. Check this video out first.